Dropping body fat, one of the most arduous tasks. You dropping 5% in 1 month. People are struggling to drop 1% in 1 month. What is a magic pill?
Most people are actually used to sitting, and that is the problem. When you lift weights, don't count that as activity, because training and activity are two different things. Muscle is the currency that you want to preserve.
So you are currently at
9%.
Wow. How you manage it all with an injury?
If you're training hard, you're going to get injured.
Don't say that.
Think about Rishabh Pant. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this guy. From that kind of an accident, bounced back so fast and started performing at the highest level.
Your body is magical, right? It heals beautifully if you let it heal.
You do what you said. That feeling is so powerful.
Dropping body fat seems to be one of the most arduous tasks, right?
It does. Yeah.
How did you make it so easy for yourself by dropping 5% in 1 month? People are struggling to drop 1% in 1 month. What is a magic pill?
There's no magic pill. And I think if people know the system and if they're able to apply that system on themselves, then dropping sort of 1% a week, it's not a big deal. People need to know how to train so that they are able to retain / build some muscle.
Yeah.
Because that's very important when you're talking about shred.
Correct.
I mean, you don't want to lose weight at the cost of losing muscle. Muscles the currency that we want to preserve.
Before you thought of the drop, what were you at? What percentage?
Around close to 14%, 13.8 to be precise.
Okay. And then you worked on 5% drop. So you are currently at
9%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. No wonder you're looking younger.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Now let's spill the beans. Let the
spill the
world
beans.
know.
Let the world know. Okay. So fat loss, I think, that's, one of the major goals that people have, and should be. I mean, for middle-aged men, having a fat percentage which is below 15% has, it's linked to better testosterone production, better mood, better health, sex drive, bunch of things. So it's much needed for men to start prioritizing, build muscle, lose fat.
Yeah.
And if you talk to people, I think around 70% of the goals will be around body composition, which, comes across and get manifested in different terms. So people say, I want to get toned. But what that essentially means is that you're building muscle, losing fat. And that's what gives you a toned look. People say, I want to get jacked. That basically means I want to build a ton of muscle. And if you build a lot of muscle, of course, you have more muscle in your body than relative to body fat, and your fat percentage will look lower. The beginning of this year, when I just wanted to go a little harder on myself, I was going to turn 40 this year, which recently happened. And I thought, let me just get to sub 10%. I've been like 12, 13, 14%, even 15%. In between, but then I thought, let me just get to sub 10% and then let me just stay there, while at the same time figuring out how do I keep building muscle. And I know that the process is going to be slow, because I'm a highly trained individual.
Correct.
And I'm okay. I have all the patience in the world. And when we talk about fat loss, the most important and pretty much the only condition that can make fat loss happen is caloric deficit.
Yeah.
So that happens to be the number one thing. Figure a way to build that caloric deficit, which means that you do two things. You will move a lot through the day, and I'm not even talking about exercise right now. Exercise, of course, is a much needed stimulus, and I'll talk about it. But just move a lot through the day, walk around, take the stairs instead of elevators, park your car a little far away from office. Just figure opportunities to keep moving and increase that caloric expenditure. And then the amount of calories that you ingest should be lesser than the amount of calories that your body is burning. If that happens, you meet the fundamental condition to make fat loss happen. That's the reality. That is the truth. Everything else is noise. Okay.
So that's number one.
That's number one. Build that
caloric
caloric deficit. Second, while you are building that caloric deficit, because you have caloric deficit, you will lose weight. And just losing weight is not what we want. We want to lose body fat, right? And what that means is that you have to start prioritizing protein more than you've ever done. So whatever amount of calories that you're eating, a good portion of that has to come from protein. That's because it's anabolic. If you're eating more protein, it will help you retain and build more muscle. That's super, super important while you're trying to shred, lose body fat.
Correct.
So, caloric deficit, prioritize more protein.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
before you go to the third one, throw some light on how much protein you had between all three meals.
I've been eating about, say, 150 grams of protein a day.
Your weight is?
I'm right now at 68 kgs.
Okay, let's
And,
assume. So 70. So you're doing like 2x,
Yeah.
a little more than 2x.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So 150 grams. How did you get 150 grams? That is an important information that people will want to know.
Yeah, so I think it's important to get a combination of both animal protein and plant protein.
Correct.
I eat meat pretty much twice a day, most days of the week. I start my day with and I'm only talking about protein. So right now I'm not
Only
talking
protein.
about the overnight oats and all of that.
No.
I'll have like 3 boiled eggs in the morning, out of which one is full egg, whole egg, and the other two are egg whites.
Yes.
I'd have 1 scoop of whey along with the eggs, and this is all like along with my breakfast.
Yeah.
When I have lunch, I'd put 250 grams of cooked chicken on my plate. To eat 250 grams of cooked chicken itself is another skill, because
Yeah.
you have to work hard to eat and digest that chicken. So if anyone's taking away something from this, start slow, right? If you're not
Exactly.
eating 250 grams of cooked chicken or 150 grams of protein through the day, like, don't just start immediately because Rishabh said so.
Correct.
Just start including a little more than the amount of protein that you're having today, and then slowly, it's like progressive overload even there, because otherwise your stomach is going to be a mess, and you would be like,
Exactly.
oh, protein gives me gas and it makes me fart the entire day, and
Yeah.
then I just can't deal with it. It is not for me. So just do it slowly, one step at a time. Have the patience, and you will get the body to a level where body can tolerate that kind of
Correct.
protein. Your body has to work harder to digest protein, so your body is actually burning more calories to digest protein, and you have to sort of let your body train itself to do that job
Yeah.
also. So what I'm trying to say is, do it one step at a time. So I would have 250 grams of cooked chicken in lunch and about 250 grams of cooked chicken in my dinner. A few
Okay.
days I'm gonna what I do is I just replace chicken with paneer.
Paneer.
And if I'm eating paneer, I reduce the quantity. I'm going to have 150 grams,
Yeah.
because paneer also comes with a lot of fat.
Carbs. Yeah. And fat. Yeah.
So I just reduce the quantity, or I have tofu, and I eat a lot of vegetables to get the fiber. But from a protein standpoint, this is what it is. I also get a serving of protein supplement in the evening, so like a half a scoop in the evening,
Yeah.
and half a scoop before I sleep.
Yeah.
And that's a plant protein. That is because the nighttime serving of protein has worked really well for me when I was trying to shred. I think it's good for muscle protein synthesis. It's good
Yes.
for giving you the protein release while you're sleeping.
Recovery.
But if
Yeah.
if you look at the overall picture, of course, what matters most is the total amount of protein that you're having through the day.
Fair.
So if someone doesn't want to have nighttime serving of protein, it's fine. It's just that minimal upside that you get by doing these small little things, and that nighttime serving of protein has worked really well for me. It has also improved my sleep, because I don't then feel hungry during my sleep.
Yeah.
And my carbs are a little limited. I won't have more than 100 grams of cooked brown rice in a meal. So it's very easy for me to like start feeling hungry when I sleep, and the nighttime serving has helped me
Yeah.
with that.
Superb. That's a lot of good information on how you managed your protein, right? Okay, so we did calorie deficit. We did number 2 was your protein intake. So would you then recommend that one will have to maintain a 2x protein?
Not necessarily. That's not like meant for everybody.
Okay.
I think as long as people are getting between 1.2 to 1.6 grams
Okay.
per kg
Per
of body weight,
Yeah.
that should be fine.
Good.
But if they have like, if for people who are athletes and who are very active, train really hard, also active through the day, like I easily walk 15,000 steps. I don't even have to make extra effort for it. I just walk around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't sit too much in meetings. I in fact don't sit in meetings. I don't attend too many meetings,
Yeah.
because even if I'm doing meetings, I do more walking meetings, and I'm sure we used to walk around a lot when we were
Correct.
working together
Yeah.
at Cult. So that's my the reason I'm able to have so much protein is because I'm also like burning a lot of calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Third is
Number 3.
lift weights. Lift heavy weights, lift consistently, lift like 3 to 5 times a week. Teach your muscle how to go close to failure.
Yeah.
Teach your body how to prioritize the right technique. A lot of times I see people just doing reps for the heck of doing reps, but they need to make sure that they are putting their mind to the muscle that's working.
Yeah.
And that's a very important skill all of us need to learn. We have to be very mindful of our exercise, do every repetition with intent.
Yeah.
So weight training is not just weight training, do it with intent.
And how many times a week did you say you weight train?
So when I was trying to shred, I was
Yeah.
weight training 3 times in a week, and I had just changed my training split a little bit during that 1 or 2 months, which looks a little different right now. However, when I was trying to shred, I had made it more full body sessions, more compound movements, and getting that done 3 times in a week. So more caloric expenditure during the workout itself. So that was the idea of my weight training during this phase.
Got it. Okay, so that's number 3. Lift weights, lift heavy weights. Okay.
Number
Number
four,
4.
sleep a lot, 7 to 9 hours. For me personally, I mean, even though I say 7 to 9 hours, for me personally, I need 9 hours in bed. uh, I mean,
That's luxury.
it's not really.
No, I'm not saying that. It's not luxury for me, but I think 95% of the people are going to say
think
it's
think
luxury.
95% of the people, but like just check the screen time of those 95% of the people. How much time are they spending on
Absolutely. It's
non
prioritizing.
yeah,
That's
it's
Yeah.
about prioritizing
Yeah.
sleep, and just that couple of extra hours in bed is gonna mean a lot more productivity at work.
True.
So you won't have to like give those 12 hours at work. You'll probably get that better work done in maybe
Faster.
9 hours. Yeah, if you're sleeping and prioritizing sleep.
True.
So I think we all have the time to sleep. It's about prioritizing. I understand, new parents. I understand parents of uh, children who are actively pursuing an athletic career.
Yes.
I understand all of those things, but I'm just talking in general. Getting that 9 hour is super important. For me, I need that 9 hour. Sometimes I don't get. I never get less than 7. But even 7 and a half, I don't feel fully recovered. That's me. It could be different for someone else.
Yeah. Like for me, 7.5 is, I feel
Yeah.
great.
For sure I need like 9 hours in bed. So sleep a lot, because that regulates your hunger hormones. That's your recovery superpower as well. So
True.
start prioritizing sleep over other things. And number 5 is just get off the couch. Stay active through the day. Non-exercise activity,
Yeah.
thermogenesis, that is your superpower.
True.
About 70% plus of the caloric burn happens outside of your purposeful exercise. So when you go hit the gym, you lift weights, don't count that as activity, because training and activity through the day are two different things.
Yes.
And it's important that I spoke about it, that I just walk a lot, I take the stairs a lot more
Correct.
often, I spend a lot of time playing with my son, and that gives me, of course, that gives me a lot of bonding time.
Yeah.
But that gives me so much non-exercise activity.
Exactly.
As well. So these 5 things, as long as people are doing it, I mean, it's very achievable. It's very possible to achieve fat loss.
One more thing, your cardio that you do between your strength,
Correct.
because you do 3 days of strength, right? And I know
Yeah.
the other days you do cardio. So what did you
Yeah.
do for your cardio?
So what I was doing was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, strength, combination of strength and hypertrophy, and I used to mix muscle groups in a way that I can get more work done in less time. So I would superset a quadricep exercise, like let's say split squat,
Yeah.
lunges, and things, with a lat pull or with a pull up. So basically, a lower body big movement and an upper body big movement. But because both the muscle groups are different, without taking much rest, I could go back to back, and I would take like a 60 second after I'm done with both. So I would do 10 uh, hard reps, like one full hard set of split squat,
Yeah.
immediately into weighted pull-ups
Yeah.
and do 8 to 10 reps of that. And then I take 60 to 90 seconds to recover and then go back.
Go back. Yeah.
That just allowed me to do more work in less time. So basically supersetting a big muscle in the lower body, a big muscle in the upper
Yeah.
body. And I mostly did things like, if I'm doing a lower sort of push, like a squat, mainly working on the quad group, then I would do upper pull, like an upper back.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing a lower pull, like a hamstring, then I would do an upper push, like a bench press. So I just supersetting
Yeah.
this way, 3 days in a week, and that used to give me kind of good full body stimulus.
Correct.
All 3 days.
Yeah.
Sessions lasting around 60 to 75 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
About, I would say, 24 to 26 working sets every workout in
Super.
total. And I would then alternate this with zone 2 cardio. So basically every alternate day do zone 2 cardio. Plain boring stuff, incline walks on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of thing going on about incline walks on the social media. It's really got nothing to do with fat burn. Yes, walking as a percentage will burn more fat for you, but like I said, caloric deficit is needed for you
Correct.
to lose body fat. I was doing these zone 2 walks every alternate day for recovery because I've pushed myself enough on a Monday.
Yes.
Now Tuesday, about 45 to 60 minutes of zone 2 walk, and that's because light intensity work, and it just gives me enough window and opportunity to recover for the next session. And light, low intensity, moderate intensity activities help you recover faster.
Yeah.
Zone 2 is also great for so zone 2 basically is the zone where the intensity where you are able to make a conversation.
Yes.
But your sentences are kind of becoming unequivocal.
Yes.
So you're sort of eating words. You wouldn't want to make a conversation, but if I have to, then you
Correct.
will, but like a little uncomfortable. So that is the intensity that I'm talking about during zone 2 walks. Doing zone 2 regularly is very good for your metabolic flexibility. And what metabolic flexibility means, it's basically the ability of your body to start using, like, switch from carbs to fat as primary source of fuel when needed easily. So zone 2 helps with that as well. And I think overall in the scheme of fat loss and shred phase that I was in, it just helped me big time. Recovery and teaching my body how to be more metabolically flexible.
Yeah.
And I also think metabolic flexibility is one skill that men over 40, they really need to master. It takes time, it takes consistency for your body to learn these things also. So you've got to, if I have to train someone on improving their metabolic flexibility and their VO2 max, I'd actually get them to do zone 2 cardio 3 days in a week, 45 to 60 minute sessions for good 5 to 6 months before I even talk to them about going, a little harder on the treadmill or the bike or the racetrack or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd get them to be more metabolically flexible before I start pushing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this builds the base.
Correct. But what about your? You also did a lot of sprints and intervals on the treadmill, no?
Yeah, not during that.
Not during the shred phase.
During that 1 month that we are talking about.
The 5%
right now,
body fat
but
loss.
I do a lot of sprint training.
Yeah.
And that's 30 seconds all out at the speed of like 20 kilometer an hour on the treadmill. Then 90 seconds at 6 kilometer an hour and do 10 to 12 rounds. It's pretty draining. It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't like always do that kind of training. There would be a phase in between where I want to push myself a lot more.
Yeah.
And I do that for 1 month. So my training style is it's not like go super hard on yourself.
Yeah.
But it's very optimized for consistency and sustainability. And I just make sure that it works for my injuries, the injuries that I have.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, that was going to be my next question, that you do so much. Let's just little bit focus on how you manage it all with an injury that if someone else had it, probably would stop training.
Yeah, so most people end up doing that when they get injured. Their training takes a backseat, and I don't blame them for it. I've been in that situation where, I've always loved back squatting and deadlifting. We've trained a lot together, but it came to a point where doing even 80-90 kg back squat, I was easily getting into a lower back spasm because of my spinal injury. And this is after having done my rehab properly.
Yeah.
But one thing, I've been fortunate to have good physiotherapists in my corner, Dr. Padmanabhan to begin with, and I was recently training with Dr. Soumya Raut, and they've been very helpful in
Yeah.
terms of getting me back to training the way I train. And with respect to the injury, my warm up looks a little longer than most people. I would generally take about good 30 minutes, sometimes even 40 minutes to do the entire activation. I make sure that my entire hip complex is super
Yeah.
activated. The muscles around the lower back are nicely activated before I get to even touch the barbell. So a little more extra work for me, but the injury has made me quite resilient. I feel I'm right now stronger than I was before the injury.
That's
So
amazing.
it's just taught me a lot.
Yeah, and I think you've really worked hard on it. Like you've
I think
consciously, mindfully.
I've worked hard on it. I mean, as a person, I like to work hard, but I think I've had a lot of patience with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's more
Yeah,
important when you get injured.
true.
You need to have the patience. And if you're training hard, the reality is someday you're going to get injured. You know,
Don't say that.
if you're training hard, someday it's going to happen. And you have to, and it's fine. It's a part of an athlete's life. We just need to learn how to live with it and how to just bounce back a lot more
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah,
Think
I've
about
been through.
Rishabh Pant. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this guy. From that kind of an accident, and look at the level of fitness from that kind
Fitness,
of an
yeah.
accident,
Yeah.
bounced back so fast and started performing at the highest level from day one, as in day one after coming back from
Coming
that
back, yeah.
accident. And that's what being an athlete means. Like,
Yeah.
learn how to just
Yeah.
live with these
Patience,
things.
resilience,
Yeah,
determination. Just and your body is magical, right? It heals
exactly.
beautifully if you let it heal.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
yeah. But that's amazing. So let's just recap the 5 things, right?
Yes.
And also let us know if you're going to do a cheat sheet and what that cheat sheet is going to be if you
Sure.
are. So we spoke about caloric deficit.
Correct.
Okay, the most important for fat loss, weight loss, high protein,
Yeah.
right? In all your meals. Then we had plenty of sleep, okay, to feel re-energized, allow your body to use it as the best recovery tool. And then we spoke about lifting weights at least 3 times a week, heavy weights,
Yes.
and have your cardio built in, a lot of zone 2, right, on other days,
Yes.
a lot of neat.
Neat. In fact, if someone's what I tell people is, if you're going for a 30-minute planned walk, of course you're looking at number of steps.
Yeah.
So you go for that 30 minutes and say 3,500, 4,000 steps done.
Yeah.
But if you're going for a 30-minute planned sort of a brisk walk, I think that is purposeful exercise. That is
Exactly.
not non-exercise.
Fair.
Non-exercise is basically without planning. You're like sitting, you're fidgeting, all of those things are non-exercise
Yes.
activity.
Yes.
Like I said, playing with your children, playing with your pets, all those things are non-exercise activity, and that has to become the second nature.
Yeah.
And if you have to start planning your non-exercise activity, then it's a little bit of a trouble, I think.
Exactly. Like on yeah, 100% right. On the weekends, if I'm home and I've not done any purposeful activity, right, like exercising or running or anything, it's impossible for me to sit in one spot for more than an hour. Like what I mean is that by default, I'm like, oh, okay, let me go check if I have to redo my wardrobe. Let me go check if my shoes are all in place. Let me go clean something. Let me go clean her toys. You know what I mean? Like, let me go fold my clothes.
Yes.
Like, let me do laundry. It just comes naturally
Exactly.
because you're used to moving.
Correct. Most people are actually used to sitting, and that is the problem. So a little bit of rewiring, a little bit of behavior shaping, a little bit of training your mind
Yeah.
with the right kind of habits, I think that does the job very well.
Yeah. So now, before we close, what's the cheat sheet going to be?
I think in the cheat sheet, so other than nutrition and exercise, I think there were a lot of other things that I was doing and that I continuously do. I focus a lot on my gut health and my recovery.
Very important.
And I come from a place and time where my stomach has been a little too messy. And I also I have a past of bad sleep for
Yeah,
good
you
2
do.
years.
Yeah.
And I've like sort of worked around a bunch of things to fix all of that, and I'm very happy with where I am with respect to my sleep,
Yeah.
with respect to my gut health. So I think in the cheat sheet, I'm going to talk about some of my simple gut health
Hacks.
hacks. You can call it protocols, or you can call it hacks, whatever gets people more interested in downloading a cheat
Yeah.
sheet, because those hacks, okay. Those simple things are going to be very powerful, and it takes about 1 or 2 weeks to start seeing and
Correct.
feeling the benefits. So I think the cheat sheet, I'm going to talk about gut health, and I'm going to talk about the recovery protocols. For example, I do a cold plunge once in a week. That's just one. I also have a very typical mobility and a foam rolling routine that I do before I sleep, and I've been doing it for years.
Correct.
And some of these things have helped me sleep better, also recover better, wake up with very minimal soreness after having done hard training the previous day. So the cheat sheet is going to be about those things.
Perfect.
I mean, I
think
have to
it's-
put my mind to it because I haven't thought about what the cheat sheet is going to be. So I'm going
Yeah.
to sit down, write it, and
Yeah,
then make
yeah.
it available before this goes live.
Yeah, I think ultimately, see, we can't replicate what you have done for yourself 100% because, like we're discussing, all our body are different.
Yeah.
Our guts are different. So what you eat may not work for me or someone else, but a guideline of how you've done it can be replicated.
Exactly. So see, all of us are human beings, and we are all
Yeah.
different human beings. What works for me may not work for you. You do fasted workouts. I don't do fasted workouts.
Correct.
But both of us, of course, you are very fit. I consider myself also fit.
You are.
So I'm saying two different people, two different protocols.
Yeah.
But we do what works for us, and I always believe in this, that be your own scientist. And with
Correct.
respect to, again, fat loss, this also caloric deficit, it's very hard for people to understand whether or not they are in a caloric deficit.
Yeah.
And I also don't expect everyone to be like, go log, eat, weigh and eat and then log. It's just impossible for people to stick to that behavior at large. And I also don't expect people to eat the same food every day, because so that your caloric load remains the same. I mean,
Yeah.
food is so much more than food and calories, right? There are emotions attached to it,
Exactly.
and things like that. So I don't expect people to be eating the same food every day. I can, if I have to, I can eat the same food every day, but that's not what everyone else uh, can do.
Correct.
So with respect to being your own scientist, and identifying whether or not you're in a caloric deficit, what you can do is weigh yourself today and eat whatever you're used to eating, whatever kind of workout you do. Don't change anything for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks. Weigh yourself again in the same conditions. Basically, what you can do is, first thing upon wake up, after stomach emptying, maybe you've had some water or not, maybe before having water, but weigh yourself at that time and do the same thing, because otherwise if you weigh pre-food and post-food, and all those readings are going to look different. So do it at the same time of the day, similar conditions, same weighing machine, but weigh yourself 2 weeks later again. If you've lost weight in those 2 weeks, it means congratulations, you were in a caloric deficit. From this point, you can just maybe start prioritizing a little more protein, start reducing carbs, and you will find your winning formula.
Correct.
However, if you didn't lose weight, if it remained the same, then you were at your maintenance calories. If you gained weight, then you've been in a caloric surplus.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
If you've gained weight, then you reduce your carbs by whatever, 10, 20, 25%. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. 1 week later, come back and weigh yourself again.
Yeah.
It'll take some trial and error.
Correct.
But you will
have to have
find
the patience
what
to do
works
it.
what works for you.
Yeah.
If you are at your maintenance calories and your aim is to build muscle, lose fat, increase your protein slightly, reduce your carbs, and you will fall within a range where body recomposition is possible. You can do that math for yourself.
Yeah, of
It's just
course.
that you need to know what are the right things to do.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think just to know that one can reduce 5% body fat a month is just phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing your secret.
Not really a secret though. It's not really a secret. Everyone knows it. I strongly believe that people don't need to sacrifice a lot. That's what a lot of people will tell you. A lot of people who've achieved, crazy fat loss and things will tell you. You need to sacrifice a lot of things. You need to sacrifice your social life.
Yeah.
I don't think that is the case. I feel as long as follow that 80% and 20% rule. 80% of the times,
If you're doing it
do
right.
what you said.
Yeah.
Don't change it tomorrow because you've met a friend of yours. Do
Yeah.
what, basically just do what you said. And I heard Sunil Chetri say it somewhere, I think in one of his videos. It is so powerful when you do what you said. मैंने बोला और मैंने कर दिया. That feeling
Yeah.
is so powerful. I heard it and it has stuck to me. If I've promised something to myself, then I'm going to do it. I'm not given to the pressure of drinking alcohol just because everyone else is drinking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give in to the pressure of snacking or eating whatever just because everyone else
Correct.
around me is
Yeah.
eating. That is the winning story. And then 20% of the time, fine, go all out. Live your life,
Yeah.
travel, party, drink your alcohol, eat your favorite foods, overeat. But as long as you're doing that 80%, I think you're fine.
Yeah. I fully follow that rule. And I mean, it's worked all these years. I'm hoping it continues to work in my 40s.
I mean, if it's continued until now, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it will continue.
Yeah. But truly amazing. Thank you so much for the insights. I think it's going to help a lot of us.